There's lots of dreamers in this world, but the doers are few. Yeah. The world is waiting for the ones who make their dreams come true. Yeah.
So, what do I do now? Have you ever asked that question? I'll bet you have. This is the question I receive most, in fact, from club members, and that's why you're a member. So tonight I'm going to answer that question in another way because it is predominant and it's what we think about most of the time. What do I do now? And I'm going to respond in this West Wing video using club member Jeff S's recent email. Question: Ken, things I love to do: play golf, walk on the beach, swim in the ocean, read, especially about mind and spirit, meditate, exercise, write, boat riding and driving the boat, sailing, but more of an occupant, so I would like to learn how with an open-minded person, riding waves, traveling to new places, fishing, walking in the woods, building forts as a kid, watching good motivational movies, visiting wine country, inspiring my teenage daughter and others, communicating ideas that seem out of the box or seem bizarre. In all caps now what do I do? Thanks. Signed, Jeff. Well, Jeff, you sound just like me. That was my mantra. What do I do now? And in fact, I wrote a novel about it, A Rich Man's Secret. And guess what the first sentence in this book is? That's right. And that's why you joined the UTS Club. So you're in exactly the right place now. In fact, that's the first line of the introduction to your handbook, the UTS Handbook. So first of all, Jeff, based upon all the emails I receive, you are way ahead of many people because so many have a difficult time writing down just one thing, much less a list like yours of what it is they love to do. So their minds are telling them, see, you can't even say what you love to do, you loser. Why don't you just forget about it? And your mind, Jeff, is telling you, look at you. Look at this list of stupid, silly things you wrote down. You're just like a child, still building forts, playing around and daydreaming. You loser. And think about what I love to do. I love Disneyland. I love going to the mailbox. Doesn't that sound like a loser? Well, welcome to the club. And, you know, it just seems like there's no winning with these big brains of ours. And the answer's the same in either case. Read your handbook and start working your dream tickets. That's it. That's the simple answer. You work as many as you can, as often as you can, while holding in mind what it is you love to do. Or if you're not clear on what it is you love to do yet, hold in mind the question, what is it I really love to do? Please show me, and you will get your answer. And also let me note here, please refer to video 15, video 15, under West Wing Videos at utsclub.com. That one's titled The Red, Green, and Blue Technique. And that will amplify what we're talking about here tonight. And if you're still not clear about what it is you love to do, our dream tickets will show you. I promise. Let's see. I had a note here, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to procrastinate. You do have a dream that's waiting to get out, to burst out, to express itself. If you didn't, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So don't fret. Even though you can't speak it or write it down or think about it in a clear, concise word or phrase, it will come because it's there and something's nagging you, and that's what it is. Now, performing dream tickets with what you love to do in mind sounds easy, but the real work is to learn to ignore what your own mind is now and will continue shouting at you. How can sailing, meditating, and riding waves turn into money and a career? Well, first off, right off the bat, I can name at least one individual on each activity that Jeff listed in this email who has become wealthy and famous doing every single one of those items. You can think of them offhand too. It's not difficult. Now, not that wealthy and famous is the definition of success. It's not. But what I mean is, and what this is a great example of, is that if you think of all those people who are successfully living those activities whom you and I have never heard of, think about that. That's your evidence. That's your proof. The wealthy, famous ones are merely more evidence quickly we can come up with to learn that that is doable. Any one of your items, Jeff. And as difficult as this is to grasp and understand now, how you become successful at what you love to do is not your concern. You cannot know, you don't need to know the answer to that question, how can I be successful at these activities I love doing? It's simple, but not easy to ignore your own mind as it attempts to sabotage you, and it will. That's why this new work you're beginning requires a step of faith beyond the mind and the perception that's now holding you back. Now, a celestial seed, or what you love to do, has been planted in you, and now it's your duty to express it. But it's not your job to direct the universe how to do that. It's just like planting a seed in the ground. You plant it, you nurture it, you tend to it, you give it your attention, but that's all you can do. You cannot direct the universe as to how to make it grow. So you just step back and behold what it transforms into. As the Zen proverb says, leap and the net will appear. So you have to start small, like dream ticket number 2. Make a list of things you love to do, as you just did in this email. And I bet you never did that before, did you? Then continue. You pick up litter, underline your signature, slow down. All these easy dream tickets while focusing upon what it is you love to do. Practice this and start building your mental muscles. And that's why I made these simple ones among your first dream tickets so that you start small. You've never thought about or focused upon what it is you love to do as much as you will now. Up to now, most of your thinking and attention has been focused upon, really, it's been obsessed by orange cones over there. And those are false reasons why you cannot live your dreams. The orange cones are the problems and the obstacles your mind brings up. So what an all new direction and purpose your life will take on from now on, because your focus is upon what you love to do. Just as elephants are trapped by their erroneous and even deadly perception that a thin rope around their foot confines them to the stake in the ground, your faulty perception tries to prevent you from earning particular dream tickets and expressing your dream. Now, working up to those big, scary dream tickets by earning our simpler, small ones first builds your mental muscles to where you can at least think about and imagine yourself performing what you presently think is impossible. It takes a little effort and persistence, but you get to focus upon and pay attention to what you love to do all the while. Think of it. Wow, you have never done that before. It's all esoteric. Dream tickets bridge the visible to the invisible, the objective to the subjective, the known to the unknown. And that's why you must take steps of faith to access the dream that's been planted in you. As club member Dr. Paul of New Hampshire shared at one of our recent online club meetings, he said, "It seems like a wonderful kind of magic, far beyond what most people understand at first glance." And this is how and why our club meetings are so valuable, by the way. There's so much to learn from others doing this same inner work. And this secret and this magic is why Walt Disney said, "It's kind of fun to do the impossible." And whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Now, how else can you do the impossible or summon up magic except by taking a step of faith? Dream tickets. Okay, Jeff, that's a long explanation, but the answer to succeeding, to living your dream, is very simple. Just take my word for it at first. Break your old patterns and habits of living by adding and earning your dream tickets while holding only what you love to do in mind as you perform them. Don't second guess, project, explain, or try to direct what the outcome will be. That's not your job. And actually, we humans are ignorant and arrogant to even think that we're capable of doing that. And please remember to watch video 15, the red, green, and blue technique. It expands upon and adds a helpful color coding technique to our list of dream tickets and to my explanation here. All right, so that's it for this session of the West Wing Video Conversations. As always, until next time, onward and upward.